What's up? So here I am with my buddy Andrew. We're about to hike the Butterfield Trail. We're at the trailhead, fixing to get going. It's going to be pretty exciting. We've never been here before. So first hike in a very long time. Got some new gear. Both of us got new gear we're going to be trying out. It should be a lot of fun, so we'll see what happens.
Let's do it.
Such a beautiful trail. This trail is just absolutely gorgeous. You've got cool little fissures going down into the creek down there. You've got little flowers like that everywhere. What do you think about the Butterfield so far?
Just like you said, it's beautiful. Enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah. I'm definitely working up a sweat, but it's good for me. So we're gonna keep going. What'd you say?
Who's working up a sweat?
Me. Andrew's got this. He's in shape. Me, I'm in some form of shape, but you know, we won't go into that. So we're a mile in and found a good spot to fish. Andrew had to wet a hook and didn't take long. Look at that whopper, man. Ooh, look at it. Just a monster.
Nice little bluegill.
Oh, yeah. Look how pretty this is, though.
Gorgeous. That's what life's all about.
Yeah. We both work pretty stressful jobs, so it's nice to get out and enjoy nature a little bit. So, just a hiking along. I looked at my map. Looks like we've climbed about 1,300 feet so far in elevation. I'm not in as good shape as I thought I was for this, but it's going. I drank a liter of water already. Stopped at a creek and filtered some more, so I'm good to go. Almost to the top of this ridge. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's Andrew way up there. Wave, Andrew. Yeah, it's almost to the top of this, and can't really tell, but it's a good ways down there. But it's going. Beautiful weather. Saw dead snake, which was kind of sad. Did see a deer, bunch of lizards, squirrels, birds, all that nice stuff. But anyhow, continuing on. So we just had an interesting encounter and learned a valuable lesson. We were approached by another hiker who was out of water and trying to get on the phone and try to get signal with a park ranger. He didn't know where he was at, but he was pretty close to the trailhead. We gave him direction and I sent coordinates to the park ranger, gave him a liter of water, and he felt pretty confident with that liter of water that he could get about 1.6 miles or so to the trailhead, and it's all downhill now. Apparently they call it Hell's Half Mile, that I just went up is what the park ranger called it, and I agree with that term. But it's a good lesson. He said he had issues with his Sawyer water filter, and normally he brings some iodine tabs with him, but he didn't bring them with him this trip. So definitely a good idea to bring backup. I didn't bring backup. I brought my Sawyer water filter, but my hiking buddy has a water filter as well. So if we both have issues, and that's, I guess we'll learn a lesson. But anyways, now I got to ration my water because I just gave him a liter, but Hopefully we'll find some water soon, make me have a little bit better peace of mind. But we're gonna replenish with a little bit of sweets and a little bit of snacks and get some energy going and continue on. But it's absolutely gorgeous. We're at a pretty high point now in the trail. All right, so we found water not much further. Not much of water,
But it's cold.
but it's cold and delicious. We have filled up 2 of our bottles. We're working on the 3rd right now. Teamwork makes the dream work. But definitely a peace of mind to have full water, because we're at the top of a ridge right now, and
Surprised we found this actually.
absolutely. And oddly enough, there's actually a few little fish swimming around in that. I mean,
I think there's a small spring in the ground there.
yeah, it's coming out of the ground underneath that big rock right there. So it's so cold. It tastes delicious. Definitely
a Sawyer straw.
Yeah, definitely a peace of mind. Feels a whole lot better. But anyways, just showing you how we're getting our water. So camera moment. We're just walking around the trail.
Almost stepped on him.
And let's see what we see. A little snaky snake. Look at him. He's mad. He's wiggling his tail. Bye, buddy. Sorry to bother you.
Look at him moving.
He's getting along. He can go through these trails a lot quicker than we can. How cool is that? So here we are, about 2.5 hours into the wilderness. Not a road, nothing in sight. And we stumble across something out in the woods. And I don't know how you say you're from Arkansas without saying you're from Arkansas. Somebody done tried to steal the dang catalytic converter and carried it out here in the middle of the dang woods. Like, what? Why? Like, this ain't a logging trail. This is a hike. I mean, there's no way a vehicle has come down here. I don't even know. No words. Don't litter. Like, that's why. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be the good soul that carries that out of here and throws it away. I'm doing good to carry my own belly. But I'm sure, somebody better than me will get that. What about you, Andrew? Is it you?
Not gonna be me.
Andrew, it's not Andrew either. So, found a little spot here. Good, it's the first camping spot we've came to, but it seemed like a good spot to take a break, and especially because it's a nice little creek. It feels so good to put our feet in the water. I think I overestimated the need to purchase new shoes. I just brought my tennis shoes, hoping that it would cut it for the trip, but yep, rookie mistake. Before the next trip, I will definitely have some new, better shoes. Definitely feeling it in my feet already, and we're only 4 miles in, so got a long ways to go. I figure tomorrow I'll probably break out the moleskin and just as a little extra precaution. But right now, this cold water feels amazing. So I'm just gonna chill here with Andrew for a bit and eat some jerky and get a little bit of sweets in me and get some energy back. So, not a lot to see here. We just made it about 5.5 miles in. We're just covering ground. It's almost 4 o'clock. We've got what we think is about 2 miles until camp. So we're just trying to cover some ground. That way we can set up with some light. We spent a little longer than we realized with our feet in the water, but it was a nice break. But pretty rocky terrain right now. But not bad. Fairly flat. Elevation's pretty straightforward. But just trudging through some miles. we made it to camp, where we decided we're going to camp tonight anyways. About 8 miles into the hike. My feet are definitely feeling it. But we're right by a creek. And it's a pretty cool little designated campsite area here. And by the way, we're in Devil's Den State Park, camping the Butterfield Trail. Probably should have said that earlier. But it's pretty cool. Let me show you around. A little fireplace here. We've got some home-built chairs. Good thing I carried this frickin' chair in the whole way when there was already nature's chairs. But there's the creek we're by. Not too bad. I wish we were a little closer. There wasn't quite a drop off. It's about 10 foot or so down to the creek. So that's going to be a pretty good little climb down there when we refill our water bottles, but not bad. But I'm beat. I'm tired. I'm going to set up this hammock while I still got some light, and then see about cooking some dinner. What's up? So I'm sitting here at camp just chilling. Got a little campfire going. Just having a good time. It was an absolutely wonderful day. I chilling in my little camp chair because I freaking carried its 2-pound self all the way out here. I might as well enjoy it, even though there is just wonderful little chairs at this camp somebody set up. But I'm just really enjoying myself. It's probably 20-30 minutes till it gets dark, so probably won't be able to record much once that happens. I'll be cuddling up in that hammock with myself and in my little sleeping bag and calling it a night. I don't think I'm gonna have any problem sleeping tonight. Been a while since I walked 8 miles through the woods in a day. I get to wake up and do it again in the morning. We've got a pretty, what it looks like on the trail is a pretty steep climb ahead of us. After about a couple miles into the trail in the morning. But it'll be good. We'll be able to do it while we're fresh and after a night's rest. So my thoughts so far is definitely need new shoes. I do not want to undertake another trip like this using older shoes. Thank goodness I packed some moleskin because that saved myself from some blisters today. Definitely will be putting some more of that on tomorrow for the hike out. Feels really good to prop my feet up right now. Kind of looking forward to the hammock because my feet kind of, I'm going to fit them up, so that'll be nice. But it's going really good. I've had a great day. Andrew's down at the creek. I think he's bathing himself. I'm just wallowing in my filth. But no, I use some baby wipes and clean the high notes, if you know what I mean. But all in all, it's a good day. How you feel, buddy?
Quite refreshed, actually.
Yeah? Feel much better?
I do.
Good.
That was a nice little river bath. I ended up taking a whole ass bath down there.
Yeah?
Like, I didn't get in, but
That had to be cold.
it was chilly. But I feel refreshed.
Good.
Tired,
Good.
but renewed.
Well, at least one of us don't stink.
That's right.
And thank you for washing my plate. That's awfully nice of you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Nice and clean. My little piece of luxury that I brought that I will probably not be bringing with me again, because let me tell you, when I get done with this trip, I'm going to streamline my gear and just go a lot lighter weight. So far the things I know I'm not going to bring back with me is this piece of junk. This is a cell phone charger. that I carried out here. I don't know how much it weighs. It's probably half a pound anyhow. I completely depleted it, and it charged my phone. You ready for this? 3%. Yeah, that's what you get for buying a cheapo thing. But it was just at the house, and I charged it up and thought it would do better than that, but not great. Fortunately, Andrew bought a little better one, so I may borrow his in the morning and give my phone a little bit of a charge. But so far so good. Andrew, what are your thoughts on the trip so far?
Well, the trail's been really nice. People said be looking down at your feet a lot, and we have. I'll give them that, but I've spent a lot of time looking around. It's mostly wooded area, but there's some bluffs, some overhangs, and it's still a little bit the wet season, so there's also a lot of creeks running down, just little wet weathered drips mostly, but some of them are actually springs, we think. Good, cold, crisp water.
It was good.
And
he said you spend a lot of time looking at your feet because of all the rocks, and there was definitely some of that, but
yeah,
not too bad. We saw a lot of wildlife.
There's been a lot of variety with the terrain, up and downs, some flats, rocks, grassy areas. Really nice so far.
Well, this is both of our first time here at Butterfield Loop, and I'm certainly not disappointed.
Yeah, they said a lot of people cut their teeth on this trail, and I think it's a good trail to do just that.
Yeah, it's been enjoyable. And one thing I'm certainly learning, like, I'm one of those that watches countless hours of YouTube reviews and trying to figure out what type of gear I want. And let me tell you, the absolute best way is to just get out on a trail and test your stuff out. And Lord, you learn so much. So much. Definitely know how I'm going to refine some of my gear, and I may go over that in a later video. Who knows, maybe I'll go over a review of what all I brought with me, you know, because there's not nearly enough reviews out on YouTube of gear. But anyways, I think I'm going to sign out for the evening and just relax around this fire and call it a night, because it's going to be dark soon and you won't be able to see me anyways, and my voice is kind of hoarse anyway, so I sound like crap. But
sorry, could you say that again?
Oh cool, my Apple Watch is talking to me. But anyways, thanks for following along. See you tomorrow. Well, good morning. We survived the night. It was got down to about 40 degrees. I stayed warm, almost too hot in my sleeping bag. I started sweating, and then it was like open up the bag and get really cold, or just stay in there and stay sweating. So, but woke up, we had breakfast and getting everything packed up, getting about ready to start making trails again. Andrew, how was your night?
My night was a bit colder than yours. First night in a hammock. I was generally uncomfortable, but you know, it's new gear. I'm just that very much unfamiliar with hammocks and sleeping arrangements. I used a cotton liner, and it was a real pleasure getting all that straightened out and keeping it straight throughout the night. My bag was a 40-degree bag. Jake's is 20, so it's probably why he got warm and I was cold. I was right on the brink of shivering all night, but tried a few different things throughout the night. Needless to say, I'm well acquainted with the sound of this burbling stream.
So, first time I went hammock camping, it was a similar time of year, and I too had a 40-degree bag, and I learned that night that a 40-degree bag will keep you alive at 40 degrees, but it will certainly not keep you warm at 40 degrees. So this go around, I brought a 20-degree bag, which was much improved. I definitely did not get cold. But I slept great, which, you know, had a little bit of sleeping medicine and some melatonin. It ensured that I slept great. But but anyways, yeah. So we're about to hit the trail here in a bit. We've got about 8 miles ahead of us. So I'm sure we'll see some interesting things along the way. Until then. So we're about 6 miles into the trail if you're going clockwise. We went counterclockwise. So we've got about 6 miles to go. But come across a really cool designated camp area. It's called Waterfall Campground. And so you can see people have gotten very creative with the rock formations, made a cool bench for the fireplace. And this campground even comes with a very own table. And of course it's known as Waterfall Campground because of this beautiful waterfall. Oh, definitely a very cool place. Absolutely gorgeous. It just amazes me how pretty it is here on the Butterfield Trail. But start making our way back on the trail. So correction, that last spot was not Waterfall Campground. It was just a camping spot according to All Trails. But I'll show you the Waterfall Campground here in a minute, but it's about half a mile up the trail. But this is a cool spot we just found. Andrew found it actually. Big old bluff. There's Andrew. And it goes way down there. It's a good 50, 60 foot drop. Super cool. Definitely don't want to fall down that. But it looks like I can see footsteps and stuff down there, so I'm guessing somehow there's access to it. But it'd be a neat place to set up camp, I guess. Anyways, thought that was cool. There, so we came to a nice little waterfall. Good place to fill up our water. Oh, it's so cold and so good. This is how we've been doing it this whole trip. Just been using the Sawyer squeeze system. It's the first time I've used this system. It actually worked really well. Especially up here in the mountains where it's all pretty crystal clear water. I figure it would be pretty safe to drink just out of the creek, but I'm not that brave. And you just squeeze it in your bottle. But you get the idea. But check out that little bit of a waterfall on here. Just crystal clear water. Having such a great time. So I was stopped here filling up my water bottle at this little waterfall, and then before we started back on the trail I realized like this is the Waterfall Campground. So because I didn't even see where a person could camp here because it's just all water, and the trail goes up, it kind of goes up right there, and the trail comes in right here. So I didn't really think of it until I started walking, and then I realized, look, there's an alleyway. You go in between here and you're in this like little I don't know what you would call it, like a grotto, or that's a correct word for it, but definitely a cool spot to camp. You could camp for a tent. There's not really, unless you hang a hammock on those two trees, because I'm hammock camping, but you're definitely protected from the weather if it was to start raining or storming. But definitely good places to put a tent. This area definitely has a lot more traffic, which I figured it would because it's closer to the trailhead. You know, it's a perfect place to just hike in for a little bit and then camp overnight. But it's very neat. Very neat area. Just hope that rock wouldn't fall. You would definitely be a goner. But you'd probably die quick anyways. But not how I would want to go though. So earlier, when I was standing at that ledge looking down into that ravine, saying how far down it was, now I'm at the top of that ravine, and ooh, mercy, that is a long way down. I don't like heights. That's about as close as I'm getting, but definitely pretty cool. So pretty here. This has been such a great hiking trip so far. Learning a lot into what I need for gear and things I need to improve. Definitely is going to motivate me to get into a little bit better shape. Hit the gym a little harder or watch my diet. Because if I was 30-40 pounds lighter, it would be a much more enjoyable experience. Andrew's like a little billy goat. But overall it's all right. I've used some moleskin and helped my feet out. I think I've consumed about 3,000 milligrams of Tylenol over the last 2 days. So, you know, it is what it is. No excuses, right? Keep on hiking. Well, walking along, found another buddy, a little ringneck snake. These are so cute, and they got really pretty underbelly.
Beautiful baby.
Oh, buddy, I know I'm making you angry. There you go. So we just passed mile marker 3, so that means we got about 3 miles to go. Since we're going, like I said, counterclockwise. Definitely feeling some fatigue. My feet, they're hurting. And I've rolled my left ankle twice. Fortunately, I haven't injured myself yet, but I think it's a mixture of my shoes breaking down and just fatigue. But I'm having to really watch my step now because I don't want to, I want to finish this trip out. I don't want to injure myself before I finish it. So just got a little bit more to go. Excuse the sweaty mess because I've been hiking for a few miles, but we came across another critter. I'm gonna try to get him on the GoPro. I figure he's gonna run away before we get too close.
Hey, he's gonna stay. He's gonna be social. What a pretty color. Beautiful little vine snake.
That makes 3 snakes we've seen. None of them are venomous, just we're out here in their backyard. How cool is that? I love reptiles, so it's always fun. But we are about a little less than 2 miles to the trailhead, so we are almost there.
Nice little crossing, isn't
Some
it?
cold water feels mighty good on the feet.
Good job.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me or not. It's kind of loud, but we're at the end of the trail. It's been fun. We're at Civilization now. A little man-made dam. The whole ranger station and visitor center over there. But there's a good chance you can't hear a word I'm saying because it's so loud. So we'll talk more in a minute. Well, here we are, the very end of the trip. 15.6 miles, 2 days, overnight trip. I do have a blister on one of my toes, but it's all right. Fixing to cross this suspension bridge. Pretty neat. And I said I don't have to get my feet wet this time. Goes right over the, what they call Lee Creek. It's beautiful, crystal clear water. And I can spy my truck over there. Pretty excited. It's been a fun time, but I'm glad we're back at the truck. Almost. We are back at the truck. There she be. What do you think, man? What do you think about the Butterfield?
Butterfield was nice. We went counterclockwise, and I think the general consensus is we enjoyed that route. The elevation gain back up and down the way it was laid out. I think it feels like the other way would be a little more tiresome, but hey, try both ways.
If you went clockwise, the first mile and a half would be pretty easy, almost deceivingly easy. But then you've got about a 4-mile uphill stretch. So we went counterclockwise, we did that downhill. Now on the flip side of that, a mile and a half in, or a mile into going counterclockwise, you have what they call Hell's Half Mile, and it's a very steep switchback. It is half a mile long. But you know, we were fresh. You know, we still had plenty of energy. It was challenging, but it was certainly doable. All in all, there's lots of ups and downs, and you're carrying a big backpack on your back, so you're gonna be sore. I definitely wasn't anticipating the feet situation, but all in all, it went pretty good. I don't foresee any issues there. I'm definitely going to invest in better socks, better shoes before the next go around. But what about you, man? Any takeaways from it?
It just feels good. It feels good to get out there. I didn't sleep much last night, but I got to listen to owls and coyotes and the stream, of course, and you know, immersed in the experience. If that was a normal night and I only slept like 2 hours, I'd feel like shit. But now I just woke up, enjoyed the morning, finished out the trail, so
We
feel good overall.
I can't totally speak for him, but I would assume he has a pretty stressful job as well. We both have stressful jobs. So I think doing things like this has definitely been a goal of mine to do more of this year. Just to get out and enjoy nature, something that I've always enjoyed. And I hope to do more of it this year. Right now though, I am ready to get home to my family. I'm missing them. And we skipped lunch. We decided we weren't hungry at lunchtime because we ate a fairly substantial breakfast this morning when we woke up. So I think we're gonna find us something to eat. Sound like a plan?
Sure does.
See you later.